want to go ahead and talk about the Halloween news?
Let's do it. So, Miramax apparently is news broke that they're turning Halloween into a TV series. So it's pretty new territory for the whole franchise, really. And one of the reps, the head executive, said they're doing something different, and they're going back to the first movie.
Those are two opposing ideas, but go on.
Correct. Yeah. So after hearing that, what were your immediate thoughts? Because I mean, notoriously, I'm sure you've said this on the show before, and we've talked about it a billion times. That you were like, I don't want to hear any Halloween news for at least 5 years. Like it needs to take a back seat. They need to regroup. They need to figure out what's going on with it instead of rushing. And then look what happened.
That was wishful thinking. I mean, I do still feel that way because, I mean, if you think about it, the Halloween trilogy, there was all of 2018 with news and stuff leading up to that. That came out. Halloween Kills, that came out. Next thing you know, Halloween Ends news. And it's just been a constant cycle of Halloween for 6 years now. So it's like, just take some time off. Go sit on the bench, Michael. You're good. And I never thought I'd see the day where a new Halloween project gets announced, and I'm not even excited. I was like, really? Already?
Because we've just been bombarded with it, like you said, for years after years. And even, not to go on a side tangent, but even with Scream, those movies were, Scream 5 and Scream 6 came out within a year apart from each other. It's like...
kind of the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like Hollywood won't let the fans miss certain movies because they just want to make the money. They want to strike while the iron's hot. But sometimes it's good to miss out on things. It's good to build the anticipation. And that goes along with the, we want it now culture. Like as soon as the Scream 5 movie ended, people were like, when are we getting the next one? It's like, let's take a breath, take a breather. And they rushed it. And granted, people like it, but the quality wasn't there. And same thing with Halloween. Like you said, they announced, boom, boom, we're doing a trilogy. There was no lead up. There was no build up. We knew it was coming. And it's kind of hard to keep things under wraps nowadays with the internet and people leaking set images and no one having any respect for fucking...
Who?
You tried.
I didn't leak anything from Halloween Kills. How dare you?
Nope, nothing like that. Not Halloween Kills. Yeah, and that's your next birthday gift. I'm gonna frame that message and blow it up 26 by 48
from Ryan Turk,
telling you to not be a piece of shit and spoil the movie.
Hey, we've talked about this before. I'm not gonna prove myself here. Okay, I don't need it from you. I don't need it from anybody.
Hey, well, the movie was a pile of shit to me, so I don't really care what you did with it. But again, the whole thing about how can they say they're going to go back to the original movie?
Yeah.
When in 2018 they went back to the original movie. That's nothing new. We've been there already.
They're like,
it's not uncharted territory.
We're changing the game. We're going to get super creative. It's like, all right, here we go. What are you going to do? We're going back to the original.
The one that everyone loves. We're going to pick it apart piece by piece.
And it's totally redeem yourself.
Fuck. Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
I almost forgot where that was from.
I don't know. I don't know what they can do at this point. Go back to 78 and just rehash all the same characters and it's going to be full of, hey, remember this from the original. And I mean, I'll watch it whenever it comes out. I wish it was like 5 years from now.
I just think it's weird how they're choosing to do a full-on TV series rather than like a movie, because I mean, slashers are quick movies, like they don't need to be like so expansive. And it's going to be, I just hope it doesn't fall in line with like the boredom line over there. Like it's just gonna get like, all right, when's something gonna happen? Like what's going on? Because slasher movies are supposed to be, they're supposed to have that scare factor. It's not supposed to be, I mean, you could try to subvert the genre any way you want, but to have, I think one of the classic things that a slasher movie, all slasher movies should have is like quick pacing. Simplicity. Also simplicity, which I feel like they're going to overcomplicate it with a television series. They're going to, again, it's just going to be more drama heavy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and that's not to say that character development has no place in the slasher genre. It certainly does. But it's just the subject matter. Halloween, one of the most simple slasher stories of all time. How are you going to expand that over a TV series? Yeah.
I think just having characters that are likable for a slasher movie, like you said, character development's fine.
But yeah, it's a sad day because I just read that news and just quietly shook my head like, yep, it's starting.
I feel like that's a lot of horror movies nowadays. Every time I see something come out, I'm like, come on, what's going on? Not to say that I feel like obviously we have to have opinions and everyone has opinions. I just hate being disappointed because a lot of people are excited about it. And I'm like, what do they see? Am I like being a curmudgeon?
I don't know. When it comes to the general sentiment of Halloween, I don't see a lot of positivity. Everybody's just like kind of indifferent to it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you just stop like for a little bit, please?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just like fleshing out some ideas and not putting out something immediately.
I mean, he didn't say that there was no announcement of, hey, this team is working on it. Here's the writers. So we don't know how long it's going to be, but assuming it comes out next fall, still too early, I think, but they're going to make it.
You know, I just want them to take their time on it. I want them to take their time. I want them to make a really good story. And if you could make like, again, we don't know what it entails. So do you think it benefits them to go like the anthology route?
They'll never do that.
I'm going with what I said on the last episode. Like, I feel like if they made the TV series, like, I don't know, let's say 10 episodes long or whatever, and they split it up between like 5 and 5 maybe, or like 3 and whatever, to just do different stories throughout, like little great limited runs. Like, it doesn't need to be one big story in 10 episodes, but
about just Michael Myers.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, there's so much history there with the other movies, like in Halloween 6 with the cult and everything. And then you have Season of the Witch with Silver Shamrock. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that they could like expand on that's not just Michael Myers.
Well, step into my office, Doug.
But Michael Myers makes the fucking money.
Look, the people want to see Michael Myers.
They want the mask.
Yeah, have a cigar. So, the kids ain't interested in Halloween 3 and this and that.
Step into my office.
Why?
Because you're fucking fired.
No, it's going to be Laurie Strode. So does that mean if they're going back to 78, we get yet another Laurie Strode?
They got to stop. I think either the anthology or limited series way, or a complete reboot. Like, do everything over. Like you said, Laurie Strode, getting a little played out. It's been done. Jamie Lee Curtis is that iconic character. Let's leave it at that. Let's create new characters aside from Michael Myers.
But even worse, they're going to get some new actor to play Laurie Strode. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just so frustrated and over it at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need someone to helm the person that Michael Myers chases after. But if they come up with a good story rather than what the 2018 trilogy did, where the whole point was he just wants to be home.
Yeah,
That's stupid. Very lazy writing. But if they actually come up with something, because the whole thing about Michael Myers is that you don't know whether he is like a supernatural force or human. I mean, he kind of toes that line. So
yeah. I mean, look, I'll be excited whenever it comes out. I'll watch it with an open mind, but I wish they would just wait a little while to make this.
it would be nice.
Let Freddy and Jason do something, please.
Right? Oh, in other, it said Nightmare on Elm Street, so I'm just going to shift gears for a hot second.
All right. Go ahead, Vin Diesel.
I don't drive stick, baby. All about family. One time I drove stick, and it was not good.
We deliver the horror news 1/4 mile at a time.
And we ain't running out of gas, baby.
I said, forget about it, cuz.